Today we will see histology of eye and ear. First we will see histology of eye. In histology of eye we will see cornea. Second we will see retina. Third, we will see about the lens, that is a crystalline lens. Fourth, we will see eyelid, and lastly we will see lacrimal gland. Eyeball consists of, first we will see the gross anatomy of eyeball, in which the outer fibrous layer consists of the sclera and the cornea. Sclera is a whitish color, cornea is a transparent color. Middle or the vascular coat or the uvea is consist of choroid, ciliary body and the iris. Okay, so here this is the choroid, this is the ciliary body and this is the iris. Lastly, the inner nervous coat, that is the retina. Okay, so here this is the retina, yellow color that you can see. Okay, here also you can see the optic nerve and here is the retina. So eyeball is consist of outer fibrous layer, that is sclera and the cornea. Middle vascular coat or the uvea consists of choroid, ciliary body and the iris. And third, that is the inner nervous coat, that is the retina. First we will see the histology of cornea. So we know the cornea is a outer transparent part. Okay. So we have to see the corneal epithelium, Bowman's membrane, corneal stroma, basement membrane, corneal epithelium. Okay, so we have to study this much part. Cornea is the anterior most part of the eyeball that we have discussed in the gross anatomy. What about the histology of the cornea? So here it consists of 5 layers. So about the layer one by one we will see. First, that is the corneal epithelium. It is a non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. It is comprised of 5 to 7 layers. Turnover time of corneal epithelium is around 7 days. Injuries of epithelial layers heal rapidly. Also, there is a hemidesmosome connects corneal epithelium to Bowman's layer. Also, the microvilli of superficial cells are covered with tear coating. Second layer, here you can see this is the second layer, that is a Bowman's layer. It is a acellular layer, does not regenerate after injury. The thickness is around 8 micron and contain type 2 collagen fibril. It is also called anterior limiting membrane. Third layer, that is a stroma. Okay, so here the major part is of the stroma. It is a fibroblast in which there is a keratinocytes are present between the type 3 collagen lamella. There is a extracellular matrix, unmyelinated nerve fiber, no blood vessels in the stroma. 4. There is a basement membrane. This is a basement membrane, also called the posterior limiting membrane. It has a thick basal lamina that is secreted by the fifth layer. There is a corneal endothelium. It can regenerate after injury. Last, there is a corneal epithelium. It is a simple squamous, transparent. It transports nutrients from aqueous humor to stroma. Contains numerous mitochondria. This is about the histology of cornea. So this is the figure. Histologically, this is the figure taken from the Journal of Histology. First layer, second, third, fourth, and the fifth. First is a non-keratinized stratified epithelium. Second, Bowman's layer, anterior limiting membrane. This is a stroma. Fourth, this is a basement membrane or posterior limiting membrane. Fifth is a simple squamous epithelium, or you can say the endothelium. So you can draw this type of the figure during the exam. Now we will see histology of retina. We know that it is the innermost layer of the eyeball. What are the components of retina? Photoreceptor cells, that is rods and the cones. Conducting neurons, that is a bipolar neuron and the ganglion cell. Association neurons, horizontal neurons, amacrine neurons. Supporting neuroglial cells, Muller cells, microglial cells, the astrocytes. Now we will see this figure showing the 10 layers of the retina. What are the layers? First is a pigmented epithelium, layers of rods and cones, that is the second layer. Third layer, that is outer limiting membrane. Fourth layer, outer nuclear layer. Fifth layer, that is outer plexiform layer. Sixth layer, that is the inner nuclear layer. 7, inner plexiform layer. 8, ganglion cell layer. 9, nerve fiber layer. And 10, inner limiting membrane. These are about the layers of retina. So the total 10 layers are there. Now one by one we will see. In the pigment cell layer, okay, here you can say a single layer of the cells which are pigmented. Second layer, layers of rods and cones. Okay, so rods, and it is about the cones. Okay, this is the cone and this is the rod. This is the outer limiting membrane. This is formed by, or you can say the external limiting membrane, that is formed by the glial cell or the Muller cells. Okay. Fourth, outer nuclear layer. It is also called external plexiform layer. Here this is the outer nuclear layer. It is also called the external nuclear layer. This layer is formed by the cell bodies and nuclei of rod and cone cells. Outer plexiform layer or external plexiform layer composed of sinus formed by rod and cones with bipolar cells and horizontal cells. Okay, so here horizontal cells and the bipolar cells. Okay, outer plexiform. Inner nuclear, it contains the nuclei of bipolar neuron, horizontal neuron and the amacrine neuron. So nucleus, it means the nucleus of horizontal cells, bipolar cells and the amacrine cells. Here this is the inner plexiform. Okay, plexiform meaning of the plexiform is the synapse with each other. So here you can see the axons of bipolar cells synapse with the axons of the or even the dendrites of the ganglionic cell layer. Okay, so here these are the anastomosis. Okay, these are the bipolar cell anastomosis with the ganglionic cell layer. After it, there is a ganglionic cell layer. It contains the cell body of the ganglionic cell. 9. There is a nerve fiber lamina, axon of ganglionic cell from this layer. Internal limiting membrane. So here, if you see, these are formed by the glial or the Muller cells. Okay, so here this is a Muller cell that also forms the, this is the outer limiting membrane and inner limiting membrane. Okay, so this is all about the 10 layers. Okay, these are the structures of the rod and the cone. Okay, it is a rod shape and this is a cone shape. Okay, the rods, the number is around 7 million and the cone is about the 100 million in number. This is sensitive to a bright light and sensitive to a poor light. So you can say rod cell is for the night vision, cone cell is for the day vision. In the rod cells, the pigment is rhodopsin and in the cone, the pigment is iodopsin is present. So this is the difference between the rods and the cone cells. Okay. So here light sensitive pigment, here there is a rhodopsin and here there is a iodopsin. Okay, so these are the differences you can read. Okay, here we have described all the 10 layers, how it is formed. This is a histological figure. You have to draw the 10 layers accordingly. Okay, you can also draw these cells. Okay, this figure also you can draw and accordingly you can draw this histologically figure so that you can remember. Now we will see histology of crystalline gland. As you know, the lens is situated immediately behind the iris. Okay, so here this is the crystalline lens. Okay. Here in the histologically it is stained by H and E stain. The capsule, this is the lens capsule. It is an elastic membrane surrounding the lens. It is not a true elastic tissue. Its elastic property resides in fiber of which it is made of. So here there is a cells are cuboidal in shape and in the central portion it becomes progressively elongated and lastly become long fiber that form the substance of the lens. So here you can see newly formed lens fiber, and here there is a mature lens fiber. Okay, so this is about the histology of crystalline lens. So fourth, we will see histology of eyelid. As you know, we have the upper eyelid and the lower eyelid. The eyelid consists of the following layers from outside to inside. There is a skin, subcutaneous loose connective tissue, one muscle, that is orbicularis oculi muscle, tarsal plate, and the palpebral conjunctiva. What about the histology of the eyelid? Okay, this is the figure you can draw whenever you have to draw in exam. So here first it is a skin, that is a keratinized stratified squamous epithelium with sebaceous and the sweat gland, loose connective tissue. Second number, third, orbicularis oculi muscle. Fourth number, eyelash. Fifth number, meibomian gland, or you can say the tarsal gland. What are the glands of eyelid? First, meibomian gland or the tarsal gland. Okay, here you can see 20 to 25 long sebaceous glands embedded in tarsal plate produce oily secretion that retards evaporation of tears. Second, gland of Jay. It is present in eyelash. Small modified sebaceous gland connect with root of the eyelash. Okay, in the root of the eyelash, that is a gland of Jay. Gland of mole. It is an apocrine gland of eyelash. It is also called the ciliary gland. It is a modified sweat gland and presents 3 edges of eyelid. So you can see in between the eyelashes there is a free area, in that it is present. Lastly, fourth, gland of Wolfing and glands of Prose. They are the accessory lacrimal gland, consist of structurally compound tubulo-alveolar sebaceous gland. These glands of Wolfing are located in inner surface of upper eyelid. Gland of Prose present near the superior conjunctival fornix, open into the fornix of the lacrimal sac. Lastly, we will see the histology of lacrimal gland. So here, this is the lacrimal gland. Okay, so this is the structure of lacrimal apparatus. Detail we will study during the head and neck. So you can see this is the one of the lacrimal sac, lacrimal punctum. Like this, it is located. It is a lacrimal gland, compound tubulo-alveolar gland, and it produces tear. About the histology, it is consist of compound tubulo-alveolar gland and it produces the tear. This is the interlobular duct, pseudostratified columnar epithelium. Okay, so here intralobular duct, cuboidal epithelium. Interlobular, these are the connective tissue septa. Okay, so these are about the lacrimal gland. These are the myoepithelial cells for the contraction of the cell. Okay, so this is all about the histology of the lacrimal gland. What are the difference between lacrimal gland and the serous salivary gland? Okay, the histological difference between the lacrimal gland and the serous salivary gland. Now we will see histology of ear. Here, ear is divided into the external ear, middle ear, present the ear ossicles, Milius, incus and stapes, and the internal ear, that is about the semicircular canal, and the cochlea, vestibulocochlear nerve. Middle ear connected with the eustachian tube. Detail we will see during the head and neck about the eustachian tube. Okay. In this we will see the cochlea. This is a section of the cochlea of the internal ear. So we have, this is the cochlea, the turn that we have taken the section. So this is a schematic figure in which you can see this is a scala vestibuli, perilymph, scala tympani, scala media, that is the endolymph. So we have to study this structure, that is the organ of corti. Okay, this is the basilar membrane. The section of cochlea of internal ear, stain is H&E. Here you can see this is a vestibular membrane. Scala vestibuli contains perilymph. Scala media contains endolymph. Scala tympani contains perilymph. We will see organ of corti. Which are the cells of the organ of corti? There are so many cells. Here is in this figure you can see so first we will discuss hair cells. These are the receptor cells for hearing. Receptor cells of hearing. These are the columnar, the pyriform cells. Each hair cell, these hair cells has 30 to 100 stereocilia. These hair cells are arranged in two groups, inner hair cell and the outer hair cell. So here this is the inner hair cell and these are the outer hair cells. There are another so many cells. This is a tunnel of corti. Okay, there is a tunnel of corti. Rod cells enclose a cavity and it contains the corticolet. Okay, here there is a cells of dater, also called the pharyngeal cells of the dater. These cells rest on basilar membrane and support the outer hair cells. Okay, so these support the outer hair cells. So there is a cells of both chair. These are the polygonal cells. Okay, here you can see polygonal cells that lie deep to the cells of the Claudius. So this is a Claudius cell and rest on the basilar membrane. Okay, so this is a basilar membrane. Okay, these are the Hansen cells, cells of Hansen. These cells are support pharyngeal and outer hair cells. Okay, so these support the pharyngeal cells and the outer hair cells. So these are all about the supporting cells of the organ of corti. Okay, you have to remember about the cells of organ of corti. Okay, this figure you can draw. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, we have discussed about the histology of eye, that is the cornea, retina, crystalline lens, eyelid, lacrimal gland, and in ear we have seen the cochlea, and we have seen the cells in the organ of corti. Thank you so much.